All right, so we got another reaction video. Anthony Cumia and Gavin McInnes. See what they got to say. This is a new video of theirs, June 4th. I haven't watched it, so just going to see what they got to say and kind of react to it and see what's going on in the world.
Stay on a little bit longer and all work out in the end. Gavin, my good friend, we did not get together last Wednesday to do this wonderful compound sensor thing, but we are here today. How was your 2 weeks? Anything exciting? Arrests, shitting a bed, neighbors putting up signs against you, anything like that?
The rallies are still going on all over my suburban town. They say Gaza. They say fuck Elon, fuck Trump, and save Gaza. And it's all, no one is under 70.
It's all the old hippies. All the old hippies.
Yeah, they're all old boomers.
I don't understand why they're so I don't understand why. I get how they hate Trump, but you can't really hate Trump and then be pro-Palestine at the same time, because he's been kind of grumpy with Netanyahu recently.
No, that's pretty much the norm, right? All these lefties have been pro-Palestine, anti-Trump. I don't know if Trump's been that grumpy against Netanyahu. Netanyahu's still getting a bunch of money from us, right?
Yeah, I think it's just whatever the news is, whatever the mainstream media news is that they watch, they believe it like gospel, and that's it. So, they're going to believe it. So whatever it is, it could be contradictory. Like whatever they're seeing at that moment, that's their little sign. They don't make very good signs either. It's like an index card.
Yeah, they're like this.
Something written on it.
You mean they're not funded by George Soros and have signs made in mass, professional looking? No way.
Or 8.5 by 11 paper. They love a piece of paper.
Yeah, a piece of paper.
Like you can read it.
You got to go to Staples. You got to spend some money on bingo doppers. Like you got to fucking get some real markers out there.
Yeah, put some work into it. If you're going to dedicate the waning years of your life to a cause, at least put some oomph behind it.
I mean, can you imagine that, man? 70 years old. 70 years old. You're near the end of your life, and you're going to go out there and protest. What are you actually going to? Shouldn't you just be at home with your grandkids, making cookies and enjoying your life instead of being out there in the streets, wishing it was 1969 again and Vietnam was going on, and you got the call all the GIs coming back, baby killers?
I think I was saying earlier, I think that they're all old because the big money guys have gone, this is not a time to strike. If you want to protest, go protest. But I'm going to spend money on sexy young people near the midterms or, when we have a bill or something.
Yeah.
I don't want
they're just going to save their money for something.
Yeah, because there's no point right now. There's no presidential race. There's no Senate race. There's nothing going on. Nothing, meaningful as far as politics go.
That really makes a difference. Everything we're seeing right now is just a placeholder for later. Like they have to have something because they always have fucking some nonsense going on, but they just know this is worthless old. This is the old before the election nonsense.
Right.
And everyone's tired of it. Everyone's fatigued of it, if I may say. And it just isn't working. So they're waiting.
Hippie fatigue. We got hippie fatigue now.
Until the right moment to pop out the good stuff.
Old hippie fatigue.
It's like as Obama would say, the JV team. Like Jasmine Crockett. No one takes her seriously.
No.
She's not a real person.
No, she's
but
not.
She's colorful, and we'll just put her up there. Right. Sort of like Vice when they had a channel and they'd already given up. And you would go to Vice's channel, and it would be like Happy Days for 17 shows in a row.
Like, why?
What
happened?
And then Weird Science is on. Don't you guys have your own shows? Loop those or something.
Yeah, they're on reruns. That's what they're playing. Reruns of all the nonsense until they could get the new season of nonsense filmed and promoted and up and running.
If you got 1,000 hours of content, just put it all in a row and then loop it like that. I mean, we could easily have 24 hours a day And it would take you, I don't know, 8 months to get back to zero, to the beginning again.
Take a long time. I mean, my shows alone are 11 years of.
Should probably do that. Go on YouTube live. First loop everything, get everything all set up and loop it, and then put it on YouTube live. Of course, I don't think Gavin McInnes is actually allowed on YouTube by himself. I think he's tolerated when he's on somebody else's show, like, right here. But anyways.
Programming. That'll take a long fucking time. You too, you got the same. This would take a long time. But like Jasmine Crockett, she's going around, and you get the idiots that are like, well, she would be a great candidate for president.
No, she wouldn't, dude. Are you kidding me? She should be on a Cops episode. She's so ghetto, man.
Like, how could you be that retarded?
Right.
I can understand some retardation just being a supporter of the Democrats and liberal nonsense. But to be so retarded that you think Jasmine Crockett is a viable candidate, but they just keep her out there.
She's never.
AOC, I hate to say it, but AOC would be a better candidate than Jasmine Crockett.
Never said one thing that's even remotely interesting or even 1% consequential. In fact, she does.
Or accurate.
The opposite. Like, do you think the Democrats failed? Yes, they failed because the right is so good at spinning the media. What?
Yeah.
The right runs the media?
Lie. Yeah.
Okay. And they make up stories like Biden is not compos mentis. He's not mentally viable. And then everyone talks about that. Well, yeah. We do talk about that because it's very relevant.
Right.
We had an incompetent boob for 4 years who didn't know anything.
How is this not like, it is a big story. People are talking about it, but this should transcend Watergate in the level of cover up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it went on for 4 years and everybody knew it. Everybody knew it. All the mainstream media, all the people around him, everybody in the Democratic Party, everybody knew it. All you do is just watch him, talk on stage or fall on stage or fall up the stairs going up the airplane or fall down the stairs. Everybody knew it. It's always all the gags he had, couldn't even read a teleprompter right. It's just obvious. But yeah, huge cover up. But it was so blatantly obvious. I mean, I find it, everybody just went along with it. You can't really say they covered it up because it was exposed for the whole world to see.
Danger that the United States was in for 4 years as we had no clue who our leader was.
A lot of people say it was Obama, and it may very well be. We don't know yet, but I'm going to say, Obama or his handlers, the handlers. There's a certain sect of people and religion that have been in politics for a while, and you see them like during a congressional hearing. You'll see the young guys and women with the nerd glasses, young guys sitting directly behind the congressman and getting up and whispering in his ears, telling him what to say or what not to say or how to handle the situation. Those are the handlers. Those are the religious people that I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. I hope you know what I'm talking about. But I think it's those people, or it could be Obama. I don't know, but I think I saw something where a whistleblower is threatening to come out. But yeah, who knows, man? In my opinion, I want to say it's Obama, but it could be those young people behind the congressman and worked their way into the White House, the people surrounding Biden. But yeah.
Should be huge.
12 million illegals. And as Compound Censored pointed out today on Twitter, the shit about the leg hairs in the pool, that was before he was even president.
Yeah.
And everyone was laughing, and the left was going, no, we don't want him as our candidate. He's retarded and weird. The No Malarkey tour is a flop.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I forgot about the No Malarkey.
No Malarkey.
And it was like, are you kidding me?
You know that
This
cool
is
word that all
terrible.
the young kids are using now?
Yeah, it's going to make a comeback like
Malarkey.
23 Skidoo and Vodio Do.
And pony dog horse face or whatever the fuck that was.
Whatever the fuck that was. What an asshole.
No malarkey.
No malarkey. Well, speak softly, but carry a big stick.
Yeah.
Like that would have gone over great in the 40s.
We're not going to flim-flam you. No bums on this tour.
Yeah, what, who who decided, and it wasn't Biden, who decided that's a good phrase to go with it? No malarkey. Yeah, man, what? The Democrats are just terrible at everything.
Chicken in every pot.
Trump's on a one-way ticket to Palookaville, boys.
It's so ancient.
Yeah.
And will never make a comeback.
Malarkey.
But that was, that
It should be on the back. It should be on the caboose of a park train. On the back of the caboose of a park train, talking about no malarkey.
was, let's run with that, Joe. Oh,
That's like when Romney, what did he call someone, a macaw or some weird bird? And they tried to make it racist because the bird is black, I guess.
it's a blackbird, right?
Yeah,
right.
yeah. It's like, you sound
Oh, wait, I thought a macaw was one of those big, colorful parrot type birds.
like a macaw over there.
No,
That wasn't the bird, but
whatever it was. But yeah, they didn't want to. I recall the other candidates in the Democrats stable at that time. There was a point where Elizabeth Warren was the top, like, oh, it looks like Liz Warren's going to get the nod for the ticket. As you watch it, you're going, no, this is insane to believe this. And I think they just didn't have people, and they kept spinning the wheel, and the time was running out. And when it finally hit Biden, they were like, well, we got to go with Biden.
I mean, realistically, that was their only pick. I mean, he was the vice president for Obama. I mean,
and the fact that he won. Did you see Bill Maher was
Wait a
talking
minute.
to
The fact that he won by cheating. Let's be clear.
David Mamet recently?
Yeah.
And
I saw that.
there was so many myths in one conversation, but it really sums up how they see us, which I think is the Central Park 5 movie on Netflix. But Trump told us that the election was stolen. That had never occurred to us, I guess, right? So we all follow him. He's our Krishna, Hare Krishna guy. So when he says the election's stolen, we all go, the election was stolen because Trump said so.
Well, I mean, the election was stolen, dude. I mean, it's obvious, Come on, man. It was stolen. How do I know it was stolen? Because here in Washington State, there has not been a Republican governor since 1984 when he finished his last year. In 1983, the Democrats introduced mail-in ballots here in Washington State. And the Democrats have been using mail-in ballots as a way to cheat ever since. And everybody knows it's been all kinds of videos and everything made about it over the years about the 2020 election, people boarding up windows, all the fraud that went on, it was stolen. And if you say otherwise, something's wrong with you. It was pretty obvious.
A. B, he encouraged us to riot at the Capitol on January 6th. And we did that because our cult leader told us that the election was stolen.
Right.
And that's why we were so violent. That's why we were killing cops with fire extinguishers.
Right.
And you're like, there's at least 6 reasons for January 6th. Anger at the media, anger at the rioting that was totally allowed, fiery but peaceful, all that shit. And yes, they thought the election was stolen, and they're right, it was.
Yeah.
And then we had the flash bombs and all this other shit exacerbating the problem and making it worse. So the fact that Bill Maher, who doesn't do anything but work on his monologue and read the news and occasionally fuck a prostitute if he gets horny, There's no other life whatsoever. And the fact that he is still going by this like old lady trope shows you that they're incurious.
Yeah, and some of them just stick to the agenda. I don't know if they what's in it for Bill Maher to stick to the Democrat agenda? He sees.
Well, it goes back to who runs the media. And I dare say that it's a certain religious group that runs the media. Bill Maher is part of that religious group. I mean, come on, man. He knows who's paying him, where his money comes from. He's not going to bite the hand that feeds him.
That every time he drifts into Republican, conservative, MAGA territory and is sympathetic or saying that they're right, that he gets a little bump. Like people go, yeah, Bill, that's pretty good.
You're open-minded.
So what's in it for him to still go with those crazy people think the election was stolen? Like all that fucking, yeah, it was. It's so obvious it was. This old doddering fool won by more votes than any other president in history.
No way.
And if you look at any graph of it, it's an anomaly that cannot be explained.
Yeah.
And that alone would at least lead you to want to look deeper into it if you're a journalist. And they didn't do shit.
Nope.
And the judges maybe.
They're all in on it. They're all in on it. They got to have their Democrat in office at all costs.
We want this to be looked at by the judicial system. And they went, nope, we're not even looking at it.
Right.
And so everybody could say, well, it went through the courts and they said that it wasn't stolen.
I hate
it's like,
that
no,
one.
Right.
They didn't even look at the fucking thing.
Right. They didn't want to take it.
That's the worst one because they actually believe that the legal system looked at the evidence and determined that there wasn't a stolen election. But the fact is they didn't look at anything and just said, we aren't even going to look at it. And that was another excuse for them to pop out and say, see, debunked. Right. It was obviously stolen. Like COVID obviously came from China. And all the shit they tried to do before.
Well, with the help of the U.S., right? What college was that? They were working on it. China and some college. I forget the name of it.
Beforehand to say it wasn't is exactly what happened with the stolen election. And we're at the point now where everyone's kind of thinking, yeah, I think this was fucking stolen. But so what? What does it matter?
Doesn't matter
and
now.
They also go, it was Trump's judges that said, no, it wasn't stolen. No, it was Trump.
What does that say? Where are the missing votes? They're coming. And I'll show you. Perhaps you've seen this chart circulating. Let me show you why it's wrong. U.S. presidential election popular vote, Democrats versus Republican in millions. Okay, this is 2016. I can barely make that out. 2016, Democrat Biden got 60, man, that's so blurry, 69 million? And Trump only got, man, I can't even read that. But wait a minute. And so you're telling me that's 20. So, and in 2020, we're talking up in 80,000 for the Democrats. But yet in 2024, they only got, what is that, 65,000? How did they go from 80,000 all the way back down to 65,000? Anyways, all right, let's get back to the conversation about the election, the 2020 election. Let's see what
judges who pussied out of getting involved in this and pass it over to the next. They pass the buck on that. No judges had the balls to take it up, and that's because judges are pussies. So they're being paid. Pretend that judges are.
Those are George Soros, right? Those judges get paid to act a certain way.
Pussies, and they don't commit lawfare. But then when Trump is a felon, all of a sudden, the law works. I don't understand. I mean, I guess in the first case they were saying they're pretending to revere these judges that they don't revere at all. But I mean, the truth of the matter is our justice system is fucking garbage.
Yep.
The whole felon thing. Ooh, Julian Assange. Like, how many fucking innocent people have we seen raked over the coals in the past 10 years?
Yeah.
Felon means nothing.
It's just so they could discredit them. Like they were under this impression that if they call or are able to put the felon label on Donald Trump, that there's no way he could win the election because he's a felon. And then they're like, well, one felony. So they just overkill the shit out of it. 34. So they can make it sound like it's such a bad thing. And it couldn't possibly be
and nobody,
just one thing. You know, maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. 34. And the American people went, yeah, so
we don't believe
who cares? We don't believe.
Right.
That wasn't so much voting for a felon as it was not believing in the judicial system.
Exactly.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, it's as partisan as the political system is.
Right.
The judicial branch of the government is absolutely as partisan as every other branch. Why shouldn't it be? But the people that are so delusional to think that judges are impartial, and it's just a coincidence that the Democrat judges are the ones keeping Trump from doing his agenda, and the Republican judges are the ones saying, nope, we're going to let him do it until we take the, what are the odds of that? Zero. That's what it is. They're partisan. Yeah. They're elected, they're appointed, but they're appointed by the elected officials that are a member of a party, and they will always toe that party line.
They're pushing an agenda, and they want to win at all costs, and they'll do whatever it takes to stay in power. The Democrats love that power, and they don't have so much power anymore.
Show me another criminal who has a perfect record, 0 crimes.
Right.
He's whatever Trump is, 78. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he has 34 felonies.
Right.
Yeah.
And then come to find out the people that are prosecuting him, like Letitia James, is actually committing the very crimes she's committing. She was accusing Trump of doing. It's just backwards. It's bizarro. It's just insane.
It took you long enough. How long have you been spying on this guy, waiting for him to fuck up,
right?
So you could drop the hammer on him?
Since the 80s.
Did you see?
How long has he been a successful criminal? Think about that.
That's
just keeping one step ahead of the law for 75.
Man, I remember following Trump. I remember first time I was aware of Trump was, man, I was way back in the military when I got married, and I want to say like in 87 is when I first became aware of who Trump was. But yeah, and I thought he was great back then. Everybody wanted to be like Trump.
5 years. It's
like Whitey
impossible.
Bulger or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see Jake Tapper is all like, well, first of all, he says, I knew he goes, what was we talked about this last time, what the media was hiding. But now his whole thing was like, the Republicans were right. Trump was a victim of lawfare. And he's kissing our ass, by the way.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
why? We're never going to go back to CNN.
Like, no. We don't claim you. Sorry.
Right.
The left hates him now because he stabbed them in the back.
Yeah.
And now he's knocking on our door saying, hey, you guys are right. We were friends all along. No.
He's trying.
Every one of those clowns right there on that screen. This dude, this clown, and this. Yeah. Screw these guys.
Trying so hard to play both sides of the fence. He wants what came out in his book to exonerate the left.
Yeah.
Because when you hear some of the stuff he's talking about, it sounds like, and he presents it as, we weren't told. We reported accurately everything that we could possibly report based on what we were told. So that's kind of the left thing. And he's trying to save face there. But then the right, he's like, well, we knew there was an issue. We knew with you guys, we were just like you. We knew he had some mental issues, but we couldn't just report on it on our own. We couldn't get facts. And it's like, no, we're not buying that. Fuck you. You're a liar.
You're dumped. Fuck you. But and it does piss me off, though, because just like the very fine people and all these other dumb things, there'll be a massive swath, especially broads, who will still follow him over the cliff and say, no, he was wrong by that. He was just reporting what he was given. He's still my hero.
Yeah, well, that, Chris Cuomo's been using that one since he got the boot from CNN. We know, that is what they told us. What about everyone else that told you that the vaccine was dangerous?
Right. Every person you interviewed, and they told you not just about the vaccine, about everything else political. And what did Chris Cuomo do?
Dangerous, and ivermectin was effective in certain cases, and those people. You called them lunatics, mental patients, quacks,
making fun
doctors, real doctors, not Jill Biden doctors, real doctors told this motherfucker that there are cases where ivermectin and other remedies worked, and that
Joe Rogan. I remember. Chris Cuomo, didn't he talk some smack about Joe Rogan for him when Joe Rogan took ivermectin, calling it horse dewormer?
Vaccine wasn't this safe, effective, 100%, you won't get it thing. And they crucified these people.
Yeah.
And now he talks like, hey, we all knew, right? They screwed us, didn't they? Yeah. No. Again, like, you want to kiss my ass? No, get away. Fuck you. You're not one of us.
Yeah. They're the mouthpiece for whoever was pushing that vaccine and the COVID on it. They were the mouthpiece for them. It was an agenda, and they worked for those fuckers. They were the mouthpiece. So, you're not coming. No.
It's like Noah's Ark. It's raining now, and they're all clamoring to get in, and I'm just pulling up the drawbridge. Sorry.
Yep.
We already have 2 giraffes. Bye.
We have 2 piece of shit fake journalists.
Yeah. We already got 2 rats. You're not
valued.
Got
a couple snakes already.
Yeah, it's and now I guess what's her name? Catherine Jean-Pierre. Is it
Corinne Jean-Pierre? Yeah.
Corinne Jean-Pierre, the White House spokesperson, the press secretary for Biden. Yeah. She's got a book coming out in October.
No.
And she's leaving the Democratic Party.
So she's leaving. Sorry to keep stopping, but I wanted to read this. Former Biden White House press secretary Corinne Jeanine, whatever her name is, says she's leaving the Democrat Party. Jeanine Pierre, who had been a prominent figure in Democrat politics, said she is registered as an independent. No, sorry.
Her book is called Independent. I guess it's kind of a dual thing, like she's going to be an independent politically, but she's also an
strong, independent woman.
And, this is her chance to get out from under the shit. You were speaking for this motherfucker and the party.
Right. And another mouthpiece that got up there and lied every single day about everything. Every single day. Yeah.
The administration that no one even knew who was running it. Who was giving you your marching orders?
Right.
Is that going to be in the book?
No.
Is she going to try to save her own credibility by saying, hey, they put a gun to my head every fucking morning before I walked out there?
I was trying to fix it. I was trying to stop them. I was trying to tell the truth, but they kept stopping me and lying to me. I want to get on the boat. I'm on your side. No.
This is like fucking Nuremberg. Right. It's like after World War II, the Nuremberg trials, they bring all the Nazis in and they start trying them. And every one of them is going, hey, I didn't know what was going on.
I was just taking
orders.
Yeah.
The old following orders gag. I was just following orders. They're all doing the same fucking thing, trying to get out from under it.
Right.
But we all know, we're like, nah, sorry, man. You're a piece of shit.
Well, our mutual pal Tony was he's obsessed with big tech, and his contention is that just like Jake Tapper and Corinne Jean-Pierre, big tech realizes, we're on the losing team right now.
Yeah.
And these people might want revenge. They might want to fucking punish us, and we could get sued for censorship. Because Compound Censored is monetized on YouTube. We still couldn't advertise on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
They're jerking us around real bad. They just keep making me jump through 5 more hoops to try to advertise on Facebook. It's very strange.
So it's still not mainstream acceptance, but there's something going on behind the scenes where the left regrets.
Okay, so I didn't know that. So Gavin is allowed on there. Compound Censored is allowed on there, and there's more than just Gavin. Obviously there's Anthony Cumia has his own show, and there's a whole bunch of other people have their own shows on Compound Censored. So okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And they're monetized, so that's good.
Their fucking rampant hysteria and cancel culture.
I don't think it's as much regret as it is
right.
having no choice in the matter. Like, they see the way the wind's blowing.
Right.
Believe me, if tomorrow everything was exactly the way it was 2 years ago,
Right.
they would switch everything back.
Right.
Absolutely.
We'd
and they
be
will.
gone from
Nothing will be changed.
the internet again.
Yep.
All the fucking big companies would have their front web pages up with gay fucking Pride Month shit.
Right.
There'd be flags waving on every government building.
Which kind of scares me, when Trump is done with his term and we have another election. What is that, 2028? The next election, 2028? It's like, if a Democrat wins, man, are they going to reverse everything? Are they going to try and go after X? Are they going to try and put us back to 2022 type crap?
Believe me, it would go right back to it. They are forced to this because, first of all, politically, they have to win votes. And they've seen the turn and know, like, oh, these motherfuckers are serious. Business-wise, it's just like anything else. They're like, what's in? What's hip? What's now? This month, and we'll change our advertising to reflect that. Gay flags and rainbow emblems logos aren't working now. Mm-mm. And I said this on my show. I go, they had a meeting after the election and for this quarter, whatever it is, and every corporation, they get in their meeting room and go, okay, what are we doing? It's Pride Month. Do we do this? And then the accountant and the promo guy comes in and goes, yeah, we've workshopped this and we did some analysis, and it's just not in our best interest to run with this Gay Pride Month. We're not going to shit on it, but we're not running with it this year.
I watched a video of some guy, I forget the name, and I'm not sure if it was on YouTube or where it was, but he was looking at all the major corporations out there and seeing if they have changed their logos for Gay Pride. If their logo on X had some kind of flag, gay flag, like they would have done in, in 2020, 2021, 2022, all these corporations like Starbucks and Microsoft and, you name all the major tech, especially the tech corporations, they're not displaying any gay pride flags right now. So exactly what Anthony's saying there.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. They don't care. They never cared. Even when it was
it's the bottom line. That's all they care about.
Is viable. They put it up on their website. It wasn't because they gave a shit about gays.
Yeah.
They said this will help us sell more tires or fucking umbrellas.
I also think satire was a big part of this. Like with Target, there was a lot of serious articles. They had that whole Satan protects trans kids, which was fucking bizarre. But I think you cannot underestimate Alex Stein going into Target, trying on a rainbow one piece.
Oh my God. Yes.
Tucking his penis into the special section that does the tucking.
How does he cover up those huge balls?
Look at Alex Stein. I love that guy.
I don't know. Because goddamn, dude.
And then he runs out and he's thrilled and he's talking to the people that work there. Now, no one likes to be laughed at. You often hear about pedophiles where like some woman was, terrorized by her uncle for years. And then one day she laughed at him. And that was the end of his predatory behavior. Like when Alex did that, first of all, it goes way more viral than a serious article about the trouble with rainbows at Target and why that's dangerous for kids and all that. That's boring. But when Alex is running around, everyone has a laugh. And Target becomes the laughing stock. And I think that is a lot more effective than a serious news piece.
People don't like that. Yeah. You know damn well the CEO and board of directors members saw that and they just go like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Deborah, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. We're the laughing stock.
He didn't even know. He was like, I'm going to trust you with like retail and what goes on on the mannequins and everything. And she's like, I got this. Trust me. I'm going to hire my gay friend.
Right.
And he's going to have Satan with goat fucking horns.
Like with Bud Light had that female promoter or whatever that was part of the promotion department for Bud Light. You know, did the owner of Bud Light even have a clue what she was up to and, you know, end up ruining the whole Bud Light brand?
It's protecting trans kids. And then he's like, look, I'm busy with mergers and stocks and like wondering what real estate we're going to buy for our next doors. I trusted you to handle the merchandise and you got Satan and penis bathing suits?
Satan and dick tucking bathing suits. Who the fuck? Oh my God.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Satan respects pronouns. So isn't that bad? That means pronouns are bad.
No,
it's edgy. It's
Yeah,
edgy.
yeah.
We're gonna love this.
Yeah.
CEO's like, nah, you want edgy? Work somewhere else. You're fired.
Okay, so that's about all I'm going to do with that episode of Anthony Cumia and Gavin McInnes. That's Compound Censored. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment. I read them and I'll respond to them. But yeah, I don't care what you say. You can say anything to me. But anyways, thank you for watching, and I appreciate it.